What's up, Flawless fam? Welcome back to another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. And this is the recap of Wild Card Weekend. And not only the recap of Wild Card Weekend, but also the recap of the Fantasy Football Wild Card Weekend Playoff Challenge. All right? It's probably a long title, but I got to make it work for me, So what's up, guys? Hope you guys been doing all right. I've been doing okay. Today was a pretty good day for me. Pretty little easy little work day at the Moneymaker. But I'm gonna be, a little bit of story time real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yesterday was a rough one for your boy. Rough one. I had a couple family issues between a couple family members. Two of them in less than like 12 hours, So, yeah, it was, you have those family issues sometime, and it just get on your nerve and they don't respect your values and, as you would respect them. Yeah, it's just one of those type of things. So, long story, I'm talking to y'all like y'all my damn counselors. But long story short, me and my younger brother got into it, and I had to cut him off. I had to cut him off of social media because he wasn't respecting some of my space in social media, and with things that I'm passionate about. So I had to go back and forth about it. I blocked his ass, straight up blocked his ass, and I ain't never unblocked him. I love him to death, but I blocked the hell out of him. So, and I had an issue. I had an issue with my pops, man. I had an issue with my pops. I'm transparent, guys, so you just got to deal with a little bit of the preamble stuff that got going on. It was a little, I don't say, it's kind of tough for me in life, guys. It's like, it's only a certain amount of people that I can truly have constructive criticism with. A lot of people don't believe how I believe. Now, I'm not just talking fantasy football, and not fantasy football, but the question of the organic measures of NFL or this and that. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about life in general. That's for another space. But at the end of the day, I have a certain things that how I feel, and a certain level of moral compass and direction and light. And a lot of people just they're not there. Now that don't mean to say I'm better than them or anything else, but some stuff is like, people should have certain life applicable skills up here, and they don't. It's hard because I can't talk to people sometimes. It's only select couple people that I can really talk to on the level. So that's kind of difficult. But I had a rough day yesterday, and today was a good day. And to be honest with you, I was kind of a little bit tired after work, though, and I was going to be like, man, screw it. I just holler at them tomorrow, meaning y'all. But I say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and drop it since the middle of the week. Now, I was feeling kind of tired, to be totally honest with you. I ended up starting looking up the scores, whatever, based on how we did in the playoff challenge and stuff. And I started seeing stuff, and I kind of started getting geeked up because I was like, oh, okay, he did this or he did that or whatever. So I'm excited to get into that. So we'll get into that shortly, but first we're going to go over the games. I hope y'all don't mind me getting a little personal with y'all. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe I'm the most genuinely transparent person that I know, and probably y'all know, but you don't know my story and stuff like that, but just, as you can tell sometimes when I'll get off into personal stuff, because it just is not about fantasy with me, so at the end of the day, it's almost like a semi, therapeutic thing for me to do, so. But let's get into it. Enough of that. 4 minutes to the damn program, and we haven't talked football really yet. All right, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the first game first. Let's talk about the Seahawks, all right? Seahawks and 49ers, 23-41, okay? I myself, all right, I got to take off my hat, okay? My what I believe hat, and then I got to took that off. I'm going to put on the fan hat, okay? So I'm going to talk like a fan, not what I believe in here, okay? All right, so just understand there's a difference, all right? So check it out. I wasn't worried when Seattle was up by 1 at the half. Wasn't worried at all. Wasn't worried. Wasn't worried. Hey, it just felt good. It felt good to know it's like, okay, they're gonna keep it interesting. And if it get close late, I'd be like, oh damn, I didn't see that coming. But of course, San Francisco got control of the game. Brock Purdy started lighting them up. I felt he'd do well, and I was thinking about being funny and putting him into my lineups. But if I'm gonna believe, like I believed, and I put on the YouTube short early in the preseason, that remember when you guys maybe saw that short, and I called Buffalo and San Fran in the Super Bowl. Now everybody's talking about Buffalo, but guess I don't know if they're gonna make it. Cincinnati kind of got their number. We'll see what happens. But my point is, I saw these teams being there in front of the get-go. That don't mean they might get there. Neither of them might not get there, but now everybody's on both for their job. Go figure. Nobody can beat your boy Flawless at prophesizing. But San Francisco pulled it out. Let's get to the next game. Chargers, man, the Chargers and the Jags. Trevor Lawrence looked like crap for the first, half, essentially? 4 picks? Then they came back and won after being down 27-0. Remember, I still got my fan hat on, so I'm not going to talk other stuff. It wasn't a surprise to me. Once it got like to 14, I was like, oh yeah, I can see it. It's coming. And sure enough, came. And they got the whole thing. Trevor Lawrence, he went out to Waffle House after the whole little song and dance. Whatever, got to make a damn story out of everything. And so, some people, I ain't going to call nobody out. Derek and Sean, but it was more so Sean, but you kind of piggybacked on. Derek, one of my dudes, you on here, good homeboy of mine, but they thought that the coach was, for the Chargers, Staley, was going to get fired. I'm like, they're going to freaking fire no Staley. So true enough, guess what? Your boy Flawless was right. Everybody called me a conspiracy theorist, but guess what? I called that one right. And matter of fact, if I had made a call to pick all these games this past weekend, I would have got every single last one of them right, because I also called Dallas over Buccaneers, which was an easy call if you ask me. Some people didn't think I did, but so I showed them in a few places on social media that I actually did, and that shut them up real nicely. But the head coach is keeping his job, and they fired the coordinator. It's fire coordinator season, just like they did with Brian Leftwich. They cutting him. They got rid of him, because they're going to keep the coach. Some coaches need to be fired, but now it's all about making sure that the offensive coordinator is scapegoat for some reason. But whatever, let's move on. Good for the freaking Jags. They'll get pounded this coming weekend against Kansas City. Can we all agree? Yes, like that? Shake your head. Yes? All right, let's go. So, you got the Dolphins and the Bills. Again, another close game. You telling me Skyler going to sit up here and keep these boys tight like that? Seriously, to the Bills? 31-34, let's move forward. Giants and the Vikings. Everybody should have known it unless you're a Viking fan, in which we got at least 1 or 2 watchers right now, that Giants felt like the team that had the best record, but it was the most farcist team out there, if farcist is a word. If not, let's pretend it's one. They let Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones get up off on them so right, and they couldn't recuperate. They lost 31-24, and all right, taking off this hat to put on the other one real quick. 4th and 8, and Kirk Cousins throws the ball 5 yards short. Throw it 3 yards down past the line of scrimmage, throws it 5 yards short of the sticks on a little to the tight end Hawkinson going, lateral towards the sideline. What sense does that make? If anybody watching this video and my 5th unborn daughter would know, in which I don't even have a daughter, but she would still know, being unborn, that if it's 4th freaking down and this is your last freaking try to get a first down, you're going to throw it at least to the marker or past the marker. How can you make all these great throws these other times, but then you do something boneheaded like that? Think about it. Oh, you do all these great passes. Oh, this and that, Jefferson. Oh yeah, this and that. But guess what? You throw it 5 yards short of the sticks. But people just want to, that's just Kirk Cousins in prime time. This is a grown man NFL quarterback. Come on, man. Ain't like you Trent Dilfer or something. Y'all know why he threw it short. Put back on my fan hat. Pissing me off with all this stupid shit. Ravens and Bengals. Gotta make sure my tongue don't get too loose because I don't want to be saying certain stuff that I'm not supposed to say just yet. But Ravens gave it a shot without Lamar. They lost 17-24 to the Bengals. Of course, the Bengals was going to beat them, setting up a rematch with them in Buffalo. Kept it close until that BS play where Huntley's jumping up. Didn't make it close to the goal line, by the way. Let me take this hat off, put it on back on the other one. It jumped up there, holding it. It got knocked down. And if you look, it was like 3 players in the back. Right back there, waiting for the pushback, the kickback to get it, And then the guy runs it back. Hubbard runs it back. Man, he wasn't even trying to put that ball over. He wasn't even trying to get it over. Jumping all early. Man, this storybook stuff, man. All right, put back on the fan hat. It's going to be a lot of fucking hat changes in this damn thing. Cowboys and the Bucks. Bucks look like trash. Tom's washed. And even though if it was, Cowboys designed to win, it don't stop the fact that Brady's freaking old as hell. Okay? He's old as hell. And I saw a meme today on Facebook that said Byron Leftwich got fired. And one of the comments in the freaking in the video in the comment section said something to the effect that sucks that a 45-year-old noodle-armed quarterback with a bad O-line, he can't scheme. He said it sucks that he couldn't scheme up a plan for a 45-year-old quarterback with a weak noodle arm with a suspect O-line. He couldn't scheme up a plan for him. Shame on him. It was kind of like a play on words. He's kind of like being sarcastic, where it's like basically saying Brady's old as hell and the line sucks. Why are you gonna blame him? But that's how it works when you're a coordinator, and they got the shit rolls downhill. What they gonna do? They're gonna get rid of Tom. They ain't want to get rid of the coach. There you go, coordinator. Get on up out of here. But Byron's fine. He's a good, quiet black guy, soft and submissive. He'll get a spot somewhere. So it ain't like he's that guy from Kansas City that can't get a job. I don't think he deserved that. Well, not a head coach or one. I forget his name. Somebody help me. I can't remember. Never matter. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so the teams, 49ers, well, they advance, and 49ers will be playing at home against Dallas this weekend. Jags will be playing at Kansas City. Giants will be playing at Philadelphia. I don't see Giants beating Philadelphia, period. It's like, and 49ers play at home against the Cowboys. I don't see, to me, I feel like Cowboys and Giants played their perfect games last year. That's how I feel. Last week, I'm sorry. So, I don't know, could they put two back-to-back together? We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But they brought their A+ games. So, we'll see what's happening. All right. Let's wrap it up real quick. Let's get to flip the script. We're going to talk about the playoff challenge, NFL playoff challenge. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. First, I truly expected to have about 15 guys in. Only got 10, really 8 that's active. The dudes that's in number 9, Russ, and the dude that's in number 10, they had some unfortunate situations come up, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that. I know where their energy is at. So I had 8 of you guys that were, include myself, that's 8. You know what I'm saying? 7 of you guys that were in it to win it, and I appreciate you for actually getting the time to get in, for we could be able to, have this little thing so we can talk and trash and see what's going on, and we can fellowship amongst each other and have a little fun. To kind of like the cool down of the fantasy football season. You got to run hard with, waiver wire, this and that, and going crazy, can't sleep. And now you got to, cool down, just walk and let your heart rate go down. and breathe nicely. That's what we're doing right now. Y'all battling for prizes though, but that's totally different. That's a different story. Hey man, so let's check it out. We got in first place currently after the wild card week, you got Zach's picks. Zach is in first place at 148 points. MVP is second with 132. Derek, 128. A pimp named Slipback, 126. Yours truly, Anthony, aka Flawless, at 125. Let me pause right there. Look, guys. Look, I'm making it where it's competitive. I don't want you guys to see me at the top and be like, oh my God, we can't catch Flawless, and then you get all discouraged. I don't want to do that. So I want to be able to keep your hopes up a little bit. Come on, I'm a giving guy. I've been giving all season. I've been giving for 2 years. Okay? Better to give than receive. Now, so I got that out of the way for getting my excuse for being in fifth place out of the way. Let's move to sixth place, and that's Philip. Philip got 124, one less than me. Joey T is at 120. Bry is at 69. All right, let me explain to you what Bry is. He's in eighth place. Bry is short for my youngest son, man, my 9-year-old. And when I showed y'all, had the surgery, had to cut on his leg and stuff like that. But I can tell you right now, this is the team my uncle put in. My uncle, I got an uncle that lives in Kansas, and I know it's him because of how that team shakes up. But I'll talk about that in a second. Let's move back up to Zach's picks. Zach, you're balling. You're balling right now. You know what I'm saying? Pop your collar, Zach. You're doing great. 148 points. Saquon and Debo helped you out a lot. Those are the stars on the team. Majority of the people that played had this guy on their team. Some did it. I almost thought about it, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and rock it. I'm just gonna stay par for the course, but it'll let me pushing Johnson, not putting him in there. But I wanted to put Purdy in there so bad. So then, so way to go, Zach. MVP. Yes, that's Kanoa Bill. Is in second place. He had CMC and Jamar and Barkley. Helped him out nicely. But hey, let me tell you about, here go Kanoa Bill, Mr. MVP. He hit me up. Oh, I'm ahead of you, Flawless. I'm ahead of you. You should get negative points, Kanoa Bill, for sitting up here putting up Brett Maher on your team that got 1 fantasy point and 4 missed extra points. You should have minus 11, and that'll bring you down right where you belong. Brett Maher. You know better than that. You don't deserve that second place. You better get him off your team. Get him up. You going to play him this week, or you going to take him off? You take him off, you don't get the possible double. It's up to you. Gonna miss some more. You're gonna get a solid 3 against San Fran. Play him if you want to. Let's go. All right, Derek's team. Derek actually had Daniel Jones. He's a Giants fan. Mr. Derek is a Giants fan. He had 2 questionable running backs in there, in my opinion. He played Mixon a game of 9 and Singletary a game of 5. He did have Jamar Chase, and he had a stud. He had a stud tight end. He picked the tight end 1 on the week last week, and Dalton Schultz had 29. That helped him get up in 3rd place. Way to go, Derek. A pimp named Slipback is in 4th place. He had Eckler and Justin Jefferson. So he's got 2 people he's got to replace for this coming week. So those are the 4 people that's ahead of me. Then me. Okay, but we ain't going to talk about me. I had a decent showing. Where my players at? I'll get to my stuff later. I'm talking about y'all. Phillip's in 6. He had Dalvin that had 13 and Jefferson that had 12. So that's 2 Minnesota Vikings. No, that's 3 Minnesota Vikings. He also had Greg Joseph. Somebody's bleeding purple over there, ain't they? Phillip. So he got 3 players positions he automatically have to change because he'll be empty those 3 roster spots. But you won't be able to get double because they're out of there. So, and if you are a Viking fans, which I think you are, please explain to me in the comments what do you believe and why Kirk Cousins threw that pass at the end. All right, Joey T in 7th place. Joey T, where you at? Joey T also had Mr. 3-yard Cousins and Jefferson. Both of you had him. He had the stack. The wide receiver, but Philip had the Dalvin Jefferson Joseph stack. But Joey T had the Cousins Jefferson stack. But so that's gonna hurt. But he also got Kelsey, and Kelsey gave him a 0, but he gets double this week and then triple the week after they beat Jacksonville. So he's looking for triple, and that's probably he'd be the highest guy that's gonna have a triple in 2 more weeks. So let's be honest, they're gonna beat Jacksonville. So he sacrificed that 0, but big points are coming. So good luck with that, Joey T. He also had Jamar Chase for 23 and Bengals defense with 18. So let's get to Brad Picks. And Brad Picks was one of my uncles that live up in Kansas. He had Patrick Mahomes he put my son's team, was my uncle. Patrick Mahomes, McKinnon, Kelsey, and Harrison Buckner. Man, that's 4 open spots, but you get double for all those, so he might be climbing up the charts if they pop, which they can on Jacksonville. He did have Chase and McCaffrey and Jefferson, so he got to replace Jefferson. So we'll see what happens. I enjoyed it, guys. I thought it was fun. I like, it updated kind of slow, but it kind of got me geeked up when I was looking at it today. So hopefully we can have another packed weekend of fantasy points and some good football, and hopefully the outcomes that you want to happen as a fan happen. I believe Niners going to beat Dallas. If not, I have a reason why I think they might, but we'll talk about that in the next video. And we'll talk about I'll put my picks out in the next video. That's what I'll do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let's have another great, a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week as this is hump day. Stay safe. Till the next video. Holler at you guys. Make sure you press like and comment. Let me know what you thought about the video and the substance in it. Peace. Flawless.